Hi everybody, this is strawberrryniu and welcome back to my channel. If I sound a little bit weird, it's because I'm sick. I'm sorry. 今天我会分享给大家我最喜欢的学习中文的网站和我学习中文的一些经验。So first I'll give you a tip and then I will give you resources to help you execute those tips. And without further ado, let's go to the first one, which is make it a habit. This advice is overstated and probably very rudimentary, but it is crucial that you practice consistently. This is something that I struggled with. So I would say start small, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, once every week. It doesn't really matter as long as you can stick to it. And something that I use for this is daily Chinese flashcards, grow vocabulary. It is an app that is super easy to use. I feel like it helped me a lot with staying consistent because I could just use it whenever, like in between meetings or on the bus. I can just go on it and maybe like learn a couple of words. It's my version of Block Blast where you just use it to pass time. I really like this app because it's easy to use, it's minimalistic, and it also is very distraction free. There's a whole variety of questions from flashcards to imagine to multiple choice. And the only potential drawback to this resource is you could only use one deck of flashcards at a time. There is a lot of pre-made decks and you can only use one at a time for free. But I actually think it was very helpful for me because then I was forced to focus on one aspect on one deck, and then because of that my progress was very linear and I could clearly see the progress that I was making. Tip number 2 is immersing in the culture. I would argue that culture is just as important, if not more important, than other aspects of the language such as like grammar and stuff. I would say the culture is very important and it could really help fuel your love for a language when you love the culture. I often see a lot of people ask if dramas are beneficial for immersion in the culture and natural speech. In my opinion, dramas are often a lot more formal than you would in day-to-day speech. So I think for a more authentic experience with daily speech and probably like modern slang, variety shows would be a lot better. For Chinese, I would recommend Mango TV. They have multiple genres such as murder mystery, singing competitions, acting competitions, celebrity reality shows, dating, all of the above, and a lot of them are for free on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, there are plenty of YouTube resources that can help you learn a language. For Chinese, there are a couple channels I would recommend. One is 说说中文, which has very fun and unique videos to teach you Chinese. They also have vlogs, which I absolutely love. Like for all of the languages that I've tried to learn, vlogs are something that I gravitate towards. 2 more channels that have vlogs are in Chinese and Chinese Mandarin Cherry. Another channel I would like to shout out is Andy and Sarah. Because of a specific series. They do a bunch of good videos, but this series is my favorite. It is learning Chinese through songs, and Chinese songs are one of my biggest love ever.
这些年一个人风也过雨也走，有过泪有过错，还记得坚持什么，真爱过才会懂，会寂寞会回首，总有梦总有你在心中，朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有，一句话一辈子，一生情一杯酒，朋友不曾孤单过，一生朋友你会懂，还有伤还有痛，还要走，还有我。
And I honestly feel like I could create a whole nother video on channels that are beneficial for learning Chinese. So if you were interested, please let me know in the comments below. Tip number 3 is to read, and read. It kind of goes with the immersion, but reading really helps with grammar and character recognition, whereas the previous resources in tip number 2 cater towards listening and vocabulary. I would say reading Chinese novels, even if you have to translate very often, is beneficial. I am currently reading Heavenly Official Blessing in Chinese, and It's difficult. I have to look up things very often, but that's okay. It's natural and I can see that I'm improving. I started off like annotating every other word, and now it's only once per sentence, you know? I've improved. First resource I have for this tip is Heavenly Path, the Notion site. This is amazing for additional resources, but also there is a bunch of media recommendations that tell you where you can find the media, but also the level of difficulty. Chinese Readers Guild is also a great resource. I love this one so much. If you want to practice reading in smaller chunks, this is for you. They have short horror stories, current events, and also stories and explanations of videos, which is my personal favorite. Each reading is about, I would say, like a page on paper. So it is great for small reading. It is great for beginners, super beginner friendly. And there is also tags to let you know if a story is for beginners or intermediate learners, which is always helpful. Tip number 4 is games. If you like gaming, like me, you can change the language of your game to the target language to practice reading or listening. In games that have both text and also voice acting, you could choose to only change one of them. For example, I like to play Wuthering Waves, and I am working on word recognition. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll keep the text language in English. I will change the voice acting to Chinese. Also because the voice acting in Wuthering Waves for English is terrible, but that's another topic for another time. Right, so basically I changed like the voice and then I keep the text in English, so I trying to understand what the characters say without looking at the text, but I can still look at the text if I need help understanding what the story is talking about. And recently I've transitioned away from that and I've been changing both the voice acting and the text language because I think I'm at a point where my listening is very good, but my reading is so weak. And you bet I've been using it as an excuse for myself to play Wuthering Waves. Other resources that I have is for more intermediate advanced learners. If you want to learn idioms, here are some games that can help you. I would say if you're a beginner, you might want to stay away from this because it's hard. So there is a 成语 Wordle, and there is also a 成语 Tai Tai, so like a solid right thingy. I have used both and I have rage quit so many times. Tip number 5 is, I would argue, the most important tip, and it is forge your own path. Like, don't feel pressure to study specific things or use specific resources. Study how you want to study to ignite your passion for a language. Like, I know there's like, oh, you should start by learning these words. You should start by learning the strokes. You should start by learning this and that. It doesn't matter. Learn how you want to learn because that's how you're going to be motivated. If you feel demotivated, maybe try learning words about topics that interest you. If you're really interested in cars, learn Chinese words surrounding the car. Like, it's your language learning journey. Take the path that you want to take. The resource I have for this is Purple Culture Dictionary and sample sentences. Having a good dictionary is crucial for like all of the advice that I give for this video. And to aid your personal language endeavors, this is like the one and only dictionary you will ever need. It features multiple in-depth definitions, pronunciations, stroke order, common phrases, writing practice, HSK rating, and arguably for me the most important, sample sentences, because it not only teaches me the meaning but also how I should be using the word, in what context, in what kind of sentences. And it really helps me to actually be able to apply the words that I'm learning into my own speech, into my own language output. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Give feedback, and I will see you in the next one.